Imagine this. Nestled deep within a sprawling forest, there lies an abandoned mansion known as Whispering Oaks. Legend has it that the mansion is cursed, haunted by the restless spirits of its former occupants. Despite the warnings, a group of friends decides to host a birthday party there, seeking adventure and thrills on a moonlit night. Our story begins with Megan, who is celebrating her 21st birthday. Her friends, Ryan, Emily, David, and Ashley, plan a surprise party at Whispering Oaks, determined to make it a night to remember. As they approach the mansion, the air grows heavy with an ominous silence, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant hoot of an owl. Undeterred by the eerie atmosphere, the friends enter the mansion, their footsteps echoing in the empty halls. Cobwebs cling to the chandeliers, and dust blankets the furniture, giving the mansion a timeless, forgotten air. Megan, thrilled by the spooky ambiance, leads the group deeper into the mansion, eager to explore every shadowy corner. As the night wears on, the friends gather in the grand ballroom, adorned with faded tapestries and ornate mirrors. They share stories and laughter, the flickering candlelight casting dancing shadows on the walls. But beneath the surface, a sense of unease lingers, as if the mansion itself is watching, waiting. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. A cold draft sweeps through the ballroom, extinguishing the candles and plunging the room into darkness. Panic sets in as the friends fumble for their phones, casting feeble beams of light into the gloom. Megan suggests they split up to search for candles or a way to restore power. Reluctantly, they agree, dispersing into the labyrinthine corridors of the mansion. As they explore, strange noises echo through the halls, whispers, footsteps, the creaking of floorboards. Ryan, investigating a distant room, encounters a mirror that reflects not his own image, but a shadowy figure lurking behind him. Terrified, he stumbles backward, only to find himself face to face with Emily. Before he can speak, she points silently to the mirror, where the figure has vanished without a trace. The friends regroup, their nerves frayed and senses heightened by fear. Determined to find answers, they delve deeper into the mansion's secrets. In a forgotten library, Ashley discovers an old journal, its pages yellowed with age. As she reads aloud, the friends learn of the mansion's tragic history, a tale of betrayal, heartache, and a love that transcends death. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream shatters the silence, echoing through the mansion's halls. Racing to investigate, the friends find Megan standing before a shattered mirror, her hands trembling and her eyes wide with terror. In the broken glass, they see not their own reflections, but the twisted visages of the mansion's spectral inhabitants. With growing horror, they realize that Whispering Oaks is not merely haunted. It is a prison for the souls trapped within its walls. Determined to free Megan and themselves from the mansion's grasp, the friends search for a way to break the curse. Their quest leads them to a hidden chamber beneath the mansion, where they uncover a forgotten ritual passed down through generations. With trembling hands and voices raised in unison, they perform the ancient rite, calling upon the spirits to release their hold on Whispering Oaks. As the final words of the ritual echo through the chamber, a blinding light fills the room, banishing the darkness and dispelling the spirits. When the light fades, the friends find themselves standing outside the mansion, bathed in the soft glow of dawn. Exhausted but triumphant, they embrace, knowing that they have faced their fears and emerged victorious. Whispering Oaks may remain haunted, but its curse has been broken, thanks to the courage and camaraderie of Megan and her friends. So, dear viewers, remember that some birthdays are not just celebrations of life, but tests of courage and friendship. The next time you seek adventure in the unknown, tread carefully and trust in the bonds that bind us together. Until next time, may your nights be free of whispers and your days filled with light. Imagine this: a grand old mansion on the outskirts of a small town, rumored to be haunted by the spirits of its former inhabitants. The townsfolk tell tales of eerie sounds, flickering lights, and ghostly apparitions. Despite the warnings, a group of teenagers decides to throw a birthday party in the mansion. eager for a thrill and some spooky fun. Our story begins with Jessica, who has just turned 16. Known for her love of the macabre, she convinces her friends to celebrate her birthday in the haunted mansion. Excited and a bit nervous, the group arrives at the mansion just as the sun begins to set. The mansion, with its towering spires and ivy-covered walls, looms ominously against the darkening sky. Jessica's friends include Mark, the practical joker, Emily, who is fascinated by the supernatural, Alex, the skeptic, and Sarah, who is reluctantly going along for the ride. They carry decorations, snacks, and a cake into the dusty, dimly lit foyer, where cobwebs hang from the chandelier and the air smells of must and decay. As the party gets underway, the teenagers explore the mansion, laughing and daring each other to enter the creepiest rooms. They find an old ballroom with a grand piano, a library filled with dusty books, and a basement that sends shivers down their spines. Mark, ever the prankster, jumps out from behind corners, making everyone scream and laugh. Hours pass and the atmosphere becomes increasingly eerie. Emily suggests they try to contact the spirits using a Ouija board she brought. Despite Alex's protests, the group gathers around the board in the parlor, candles flickering around them. They place their hands on the planchette and begin to ask questions. "Is anyone here with us?" Jessica asks. The planchette slowly moves to, "Yes." "Who are you?" Mark asks, his voice tinged with mockery. The planchette spells out Margaret. Emily's eyes widen. "Margaret Hawthorne," she whispers. She was the daughter of the mansion's original owner. She died under mysterious circumstances. As the group delves deeper, the planchette moves more violently. The temperature drops, and they hear a faint whispering that seems to come from the walls themselves. Suddenly the candles blow out, plunging the room into darkness. Panic sets in, and they scramble to find their phones for light. In the dim glow of their screens, they see a figure standing in the doorway. A woman in a tattered, old-fashioned dress, her eyes hollow and dark. "You shouldn't have come here," she whispers, her voice echoing in the silent room. "Leave while you still can." Terrified, they drop the Ouija board and run, but the mansion seems to have changed. Hallways twist and turn, leading them in circles. Doors that were once open are now locked. The whispers grow louder, and shadows dance on the walls, reaching out with ghostly fingers. Jessica realizes they must find a way to appease the spirits if they are to escape. She remembers a story she read about Margaret Hawthorne, how she died on her birthday because of a tragic accident involving a fallen chandelier. Desperate, Jessica suggests they return to the ballroom and offer their birthday cake as a peace offering. With trembling hands, they place the cake on the piano and light the candles. "Happy birthday, Margaret," Jessica says, her voice shaking. The whispers cease, and for a moment, everything is still. Then, the ghostly figure of Margaret appears again, this time less menacing. "Thank you," she whispers, her expression softening. "But you must leave now." The mansion seems to release its hold, and the doors unlock. The teenagers, still shaken, make their way out of the mansion, vowing never to return. As they drive away, Jessica looks back and sees Margaret watching from the window, a sad smile on her face. She knows they narrowly escaped a worse fate, and that some places are haunted not just by ghosts, but by memories that refuse to fade. So, dear viewers, remember that some stories are not just tales to scare you, but warnings to heed. The next time you think of exploring a haunted place, think twice. Listen to the warnings, respect the past, and remember that some spirits may not be so easily appeased. Until next time, Be careful where you celebrate, for not every party ends with cake and laughter. Imagine this: a picturesque countryside estate, surrounded by rolling hills and dense woods. This serene setting hides a dark secret that the locals whisper about: an abandoned barn that once hosted a birthday party gone horribly wrong. Despite the chilling tales, a group of friends decides to celebrate their friend's birthday there, eager for an unforgettable night. Our story begins with Tim, who is turning 18. His friends, Lisa, Kevin, Rachel, and Mike, plan a surprise party at the abandoned barn known as Red Hollow Barn. The barn, with its weathered red paint and sagging roof, sits eerily against the backdrop of twilight. Undeterred by the spooky reputation, they decorate the barn with streamers, balloons, and fairy lights, trying to give it a festive atmosphere. The group arrives at dusk, carrying a cooler of drinks, snacks, and a portable speaker blasting upbeat music. They laugh and joke as they set up, their voices echoing in the empty barn. As night falls, the mood shifts from excitement to a nervous anticipation. The barn, now lit by the soft glow of their decorations, seems to watch them with unseen eyes. Tim is the last to arrive, blindfolded and led by his friends. When they remove the blindfold, he's initially thrilled, but the joy fades as he senses something is off. The barn, despite their efforts, feels cold and unwelcoming. Rachel, trying to lighten the mood, suggests they play a game of hide and seek, just like kids again. Everyone agrees, and Rachel is chosen to be it. She counts down from 50 while the others scatter to find hiding spots. The barn is vast, with hidden corners, haylofts, and old farming equipment offering plenty of places to hide. Tim finds a spot behind an old tractor, his heart racing with a mix of excitement and unease. As Rachel searches, calling out to her hidden friends, the barn seems to grow colder. She finds Mike first, hiding behind a stack of hay bales. Then she spots Kevin under an old workbench. As she continues, a chill runs down her spine. She hears faint whispers, thinking it's her friends trying to spook her. Rachel moves towards the back of the barn where the shadows are darkest. She stumbles upon an old wooden door, slightly ajar. Pushing it open, she discovers a small, dusty room with a single unlit candle in the center. Curiosity overcomes her, and she lights the candle with a match she finds on a nearby shelf. The flame flickers, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Suddenly, the whispers grow louder, more insistent. Rachel's breath catches as she realizes the voices are not her friends playing a prank. She backs out of the room, heart pounding, and runs into Tim, who has emerged from his hiding spot. "We need to get out of here," she gasps. Tim, seeing the fear in her eyes, gathers the group. As they make their way to the exit, the barn door slams shut with a deafening bang. Panic ensues as they struggle to open it, but it won't budge. The whispers turn into chilling laughter and the temperature drops further. Lisa, trying to stay calm, suggests they find another way out. They move towards the hayloft, hoping to find a window or an old ladder. Climbing up, they spot a large, grimy window. Kevin starts to pry it open when they hear a creaking sound from below. Looking down, they see a shadowy figure standing in the center of the barn, staring up at them. The figure, a woman in an old-fashioned dress, points directly at them. "You should not be here," she says, her voice echoing through the barn. The friends are frozen with terror. The woman's eyes glow with an otherworldly light, and the barn begins to shake. Dust and debris fall from the rafters, and the structure groans as if under immense pressure. In a desperate bid for escape, Tim and Kevin manage to force the window open. They help Lisa, Rachel, and Mike through, one by one, before climbing out themselves. They scramble down the side of the barn and sprint towards their cars, not daring to look back. As they drive away, The barn looms in the rearview mirror, dark and foreboding. Tim glances back and swears he sees the woman watching them from the loft window. They don't stop until they reach Tim's house, where they huddle together, shaken and silent. Later, they learn the truth about Red Hollow Barn. Decades ago, a birthday party was held there for a young girl named Emily. A tragic accident caused a fire, and Emily, along with several guests, perished. The barn was left to decay, haunted by the spirits of those who died. Tim and his friends vow never to return to Red Hollow Barn. They know now that some places are better left undisturbed, where the past lingers and the dead do not rest. So, dear viewers, remember that curiosity can lead to dark places. The next time you hear a tale of a haunted location, heed the warnings and think twice. Not all stories end happily, and some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. Until next time, stay safe and let the ghosts of the past remain in peace.